Hi, everyone. Welcome to Color Me Happy podcast. This is going to be a really raw, shorter episode. My computer just died. So I have no editing software available to me. And so I just wanted to talk to you one-on-one about some tools in your life that can be really useful to your everyday. I actually wrote a book, Color Me Happy, See Your Everyday Ordinary as Extraordinary. And probably some of the most positive feedback I've received are the two really big tools that I don't know if I came up with them or they evolved or what, but it's just like, that little shift in mindset that is so powerful. And I actually use it often in coaching and mindset mentorship, and a lot just actually in my art classes. So all of our art and education at brandyhofer.ca, like any class you take, you'll notice that there's the positives about volunteering, and because it's 60% better to give a gift than receive a gift. So a gift doesn't have to be something, like physically given. It can be a compliment. It can be giving your time somewhere. And it actually, in the end, benefits you as an individual person. So small tools and shifts in your everyday life that you can take away from this podcast that might actually change your whole being, your whole existence on Earth. And I say that because every day it's just like small little things that you do that add up to a lifetime of love, loving yourself, loving what you do, honoring your passions, and just living a really, really good life. So let's start with there's so many good chapters in here. So it's hard to know exactly where to start. Let's start with I Get To. I think I heard, what's his name? Steve Harvey. After someone read my book, that they found a clip of Steve Harvey talking about it too. But shifting from I have to I get to. So, when you fall into victimhood of like that kind of complaining cycle, which I know I definitely for a good almost decade of my life felt like this person. Um, like, oh, this isn't working out for me, or like feels bad for me when I'm really sick, stuff like that. So playing the victim. I don't want to go over it too much. I don't love looking back at that, but at the same time, I learned something from it. So it was a really important part of my life. But I grew stronger and gained more knowledge. I'm in my 30s, late 30s. I'm excited for my 40s as a woman because you're just smarter and you have all these life experiences to wean from, right? So glean from, I don't know, whatever. Maybe in my 40s I'll get my words and sentences right. So shifting from I have to I get to, instead of I have to get up and go to work. And your I get to's are going to look really different from mine, of course. And you can write this down. You can grab your notebook. It's a really cool tool. I use it a lot of times when I'm running in the morning and I think about it's gratitude. It's coming back to gratitude. We know gratitude. If you've ever done mindset work or done any sort of stuff like that, gratitude is one of your most powerful life tools. So it really is using gratitude, but in this little trick way. So I get to. I'm going to say my I get to's so it can inspire you to write down your I get to's. Instead of I have to go to work, like I said, I get to get up with my healthy body in my safe, warm home with my family. And I'm going to start crying because it's such a powerful tool. Because my kids are, I know, going to get older and not live with me anymore. Oh my gosh. This is how powerful this is. This is why I want you to use this in your everyday. Because they're still 10 and under. So I get to wake up with my little kids in my house, safe, warm house. A house that is filled with love, food, laughter. We get to make art together. A lot of kids come and play here all the time because it's such a mess. So I get to have this awesome house where my kids bring people into it, where we bring family and friends into. Huge, I get to move my body, healthy body every morning and do something that I love, like running. It's my moving meditation. I get to breathe in this fresh Canadian air, even though it's freaking cold. I get to feel so uplifted. Oh, no, my phone. Okay, but it's an unedited podcast, so I don't have any, so I'm just going to put that up. And hopefully it stays kind of a long time ish. Enough to get you to do your I get tos. Okay, so write down your I get tos, pause this, take a few minutes, super powerful, got me welling up thinking about it. And if you do that, even like once or twice a week, not even every day, it'll just, gratitude, it'll change your whole entire life. I'm gonna check if this is still recording. It is. Okay, perfect. Gratitude is amazing. And a cool thing you can do with your kids, if you have kids or on your own, is think about at the end of the day 1 to 3 things, like a positive thing about your day. Like, and I'm not just saying like negative things are important. Struggling is important because there's their life lessons, right? So they're important, and those days are hard. Just go to bed on those days. Just like go to bed, get some rest. Sleeping is such a powerful thing, and we all need it. It's like our number one thing we need. That is a chapter in my book. So sleep is your number one priority. Sleep, but I said this to my son one day, and I really remember it being not one day, we do it all the time, but one day, the coolest, weirdest thing he was the favorite part of his day. We got stuck behind a train, and he was sitting, my oldest son was sitting in the front seat. And so his favorite part of the day, which like me getting stuck behind a train, that's like the most annoying part of my day because I'm always like, go, go, go. And so his favorite part of the day was getting stuck behind the train for like 7 minutes. So we just got to talk. He loved talking with me. So that was one of his favorite parts of that day. And the cool thing about thinking of 1 to 3 things that you love about the day is they're never like what you expect. They're always really surprising. Like mine are always like singing a lullaby to my kid, which was like the last 30 seconds or 2 minutes of my day. Like it's so neat, and that's just another power to use your gratitude. And why they say this is a powerful tool every day to use is because it shifts that mindset. Again, from like we said, from I have to I get to. It shifts the mindset from thinking about your to-do list and all that stuff, because to-do lists never go away, by the way. It just gives you a more positive outlook on life. Uses that gratitude as a powerful tool to like make it like feel good all over your body all the time. And then you turn into this person where the world has your back. And the wind is blowing with you, instead of the world is against me. And I bet you can think of a person right now where you're like, they think the world is against them. And I feel bad for those people now. It's like, oh, I wish that they could tap in to their passions, to their love, and just think like, this life is good and it's good to me. And because it is. And it's so neat because when I shifted into that being and into that person, and you have the ability to do this too, is when I started writing down things. And my friend tells me she did my, I forget what it's called, where she reads your like birthday and the time you were born, etc. Mapping, life mapping, something like that. She like is an expert in it, or she's trained in it. She said I'm a manifesting generator. So when I was sitting in victimhood, I was manifesting not great things, right? Um, and I wasn't the person that I had, like, I wasn't living to my fullest potential. So now, I guess I'm a manifesting generator. I'm not even gonna like downplay that. It's so crazy. As soon as I started shifting from victimhood to, from I have to I get to's, crazy stuff started happening, like insane, and things I never thought possible. And now I get to like do these really cool things with my life, like work with kids, see them uplifted, like things I'm grateful for. Like I don't even know how I got here. Like it's so far beyond the reach that I thought could happen in my life. Like way past what I thought potential wise was going to happen. Um, so I write these things down, like write things down, goals, daily tasks, whatever thoughts, or you see something inspiring and you want to create a mantra. A mantra is like a positive thing. My mantra that I created got me through some really challenging times. And you feel free to use it. My creativity is worthy and powerful. I still, like at the end of my run, say that to myself. Like, if you write things down, they can happen. It's like a magic wand pen. By the way, in my art academy today, we're literally making magic wands with the kindergarten class. The older kids are making. So it's, yeah, life's pretty cool. Okay, so another really neat tool I'm going to share with you in this unedited, very raw podcast, because I just want you to live your best, truly best life, and live to your fullest potential. This tool is this one I definitely came up with fully on my own because it makes no sense at all. The sentence, be brave days. Be brave days. Again, another cool chapter in my book where it takes you through how to do this. And I'll put my book link in the notes if I can somehow get this up without a computer. Be brave days. Okay, so, and this is the first sentence in the chapter of my book. You know the days where the birds are chirping and you feel like the sun is shining out your ass? I would say that this is one of my Be Brave days. It's super cloudy and there's no birds chirping, but I definitely feel like an extra motivational, powerful thing happening. And so this is why I'm doing this. But for you, Be Brave days. You'll know them when you have them and when you're in them. I want you to ask for as many things as possible on your Be Brave days. So, not like directly maybe ask, but write the email you've been putting off to the boss or the opportunity you wanted, or I want to write down, I want to be my own boss. Or like, not only ask for the opportunities or apply to the things that you've been putting off. Like write down that list first thing as soon as you're like, this is my day. And write down your list and get to it and start crossing them off, because guaranteed that day won't be tomorrow or the next day or the next day or even next week. Like your Be Brave days, you got to capitalize on it. You have to utilize that momentum, because the cool thing is I kind of do so much because I know that Be Brave days work. Like they come true. Like it's so weird. I've ended up in like New York at art shows with like the coolest women that I kind of saw myself with, but didn't actually expect to be with, because I utilized my Be Brave days. Like crazy. I didn't even have money to go on that trip to New York, and I manifested it through just like putting those things in motion and asking for those opportunities, because No one is going to do this for you. No one's going to show up at your door and be like, ta-da, here's the thing you wanted and asked for. I mean, okay, that didn't make full sense because like Amazon, I get how that works. But like, um, you want to show your art in New York. You want to go on a trip with your family. By the way, I did manifest both those things. I literally asked for a hot trip because February was so rotten last year and cold. It gets to like minus 35 degrees Celsius here, and it's sad. And I get sad, and it's a challenging time. So I was like, I didn't even care. I was like, I want to go someplace hot in February in 2026. Our business is like, it's Windsor Plywood. The like yearly meetup for Windsor Plywood owners is in a hot vacation this February. Like, it's crazy. It's nuts. I didn't put a lot of terms on that one. I was just like, our family's got to be somewhere hot to like cut this winter in half. Again, like didn't save for it, didn't it's just happening. Like, this is the power you have. And honestly, I'd love to hear about anything that you've manifested, anything that you've capitalized on your Be Brave days, and how you made things come into fruition. You can message me at Brandy Hofer Studios on Instagram. I am really good at getting back to people on there because I have so many cool friends from all around the world on Instagram, and I just love it. And I'm sure you love it too. So I'll meet you there. I'd love to hear about things that you've manifested because it is just so cool. Don't know exactly how it works. I kind of know how to do it with the gratitude that I get to, the Be Brave days. The cool thing, though, what I want to end on with the Be Brave days is that you will ask for all of these things and you will start putting this in motion. Like, it's like putting those things that you put off in motion, and you'll kind of forget all the things you ask for if you keep capitalizing on your Be Brave days. I can't even say it. Be Brave days. It's hard to roll off the lips and tongue. Be Brave days. You'll forget because you'll just get busy, and 3 months will go by and you'll be like, oh my gosh, you'll get this email or message from this person. They'll be like, hey, Sarah, I do want to whatever. I was thinking about collaborating with you. I was thinking that you are eligible for this position. Like, it is so nuts. How, like, anyway, I want to hear about yours. I want, if you don't have an example you can share with me per se of a Be Brave Day moment that came into fruition. I want to hear about something you're asking for and something that you're putting in motion. There's a really cool book I read at least 3 times a week or listen to while I'm driving. It's pretty old and it does have some like archival notions. I'll warn you. It's called The Science. I've mentioned it a lot on my podcast because it's kind of just, it's like down to the nitty gritty of compassion, gratitude, mindset, and honestly, honest to goodness, seeing things. It's called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Sorry, my mind's going a million miles because I'm so excited for you. It's a cheap book on Amazon or wherever you want to get it used at a bookstore. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, which Jen Sincero talks about in her book, which was my first mindset book that I read, was You're a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. It's really good. She's super funny. If you don't have time to read, if you're like me right now and like 3 kids, hockey 12 times a week, running your own business, stuff like that. If you're busy, just pop things on audio books that uplift you while you drive. That's my life hack right there. And she recommended Wallace. She read it and she didn't read it for like 2 years. She put it off. And his theory is, and it's the science of getting rich because he theorized it. And it's not just about getting rich. It's just living your richest life. It's not necessarily monetary, but stepping into the life that you can imagine for yourself. So these are some small tools I gave you from my book today, that will shift your mindset. But literally, you can step into the life that you imagine for yourself. And that's what I want for you. And I hope that's what you take away today. And thank you for being here. I'm really, really grateful that you take the time to listen to our podcast. And I hope you are seeing your everyday ordinary as extraordinary, because it is possible for you. And I hope you have the greatest day, the greatest week, the greatest life, and we will chat with you soon, my friend.